Hi, nice to see ya. Why don't you tell me how many people are going to be playing? Aw, poor you. You don't have any friends today. Oh well, what's your name? Let's get this baby rolling. Pick which episode you want to play. Or just F for your favorite episodes. 30 seconds. Your buzzer is the letter B as in bra. Hey, I'm wearing one right now. 20 seconds. 20 seconds. All right, when you know an answer, buzz in. After you buzz in, you've got a few seconds to pick one of the choices, or you're gonna lose cash. Is that right? Now be careful.
It's time for the show where high culture and pop culture collide.
Ah, yes, hello, and welcome to our Facts to Shake a Stick At episode. Hey, listen, if you don't have a stick with you, you're not going to win. Simple as that. Category, please. Whoa. We're calling this one 2 + 2 = 4. You get this one, you pocket $2,000.
She's pissed.
He's pissed.
We're pissed.
So pissed about a question. We're pissed about.
Let's see, this here pissed about a question letter is from Lori L. in Buffalo, or Tutonka, as they say in Dances with Wolves. Anyway, Lori's got a beef about a question from the original Jack game that confused her when it set up this scenario.
This kid was so involved with golf that they didn't study for their math final. They flunked the final by 1 point. The question was, what name in golf would this be related to? I said birdie because the person who flunked was under the passing score by 1 point, as is a birdie 1 stroke under par. They said I was wrong and that it was bogey. I don't get it.
Ah, so sweet. You see, what Lori obviously doesn't understand is that in golf, low scores are good, high scores are bad. So 1 point below passing on a math test is the same as 1 point above passing in golf. You see how that works? Okay, now that we got that whole crazy game of golf figured out, let's concentrate on this simple question. What's the numerical sum of a bogey plus an eagle? -1, 0, 1, or 2? It's a hole-in-one! Bogey, or +1, plus eagle, which is -2, equals birdie, or -1. And if you multiply that by 18 holes, that equals multi-million-dollar endorsement contracts. Throw me a category. The category? Are you trying to sell me plastics, Mrs. Robinson? $3,000 for this one. Hey, do you remember in that movie, The Graduate, where that guy tells Dustin Hoffman's character that he's got just one word for him? Just one word. Yeah, that's right. Plastics. Well, what would the one word be if the guy from The Graduate were talking about the first completely synthetic plastic? Polyester, Tupperware, latex, or Bakelite? Invented in 1908, Bakelite was the first completely synthetic form of plastic. And Dustin Hoffman's performance in The Graduate was the second completely synthetic form of plastic. All right, I need a category. This one's called Fun and Games and Your Meaningless Existence. $2,000 for correct answer. Okay, this question goes out to all you people working for the man who come home each night from a hellish job with a hellish boss and don't let yourselves figure out what percentage of your life is given over to such maddening monotony. So tell me, monkey, which of these sentences contains a misspelling? I am apparently just a slave. The word bureaucratic is misspelled. The correct spelling is something different than what you see there on the screen. Okay, so you got one right, but it really doesn't matter because you're still at work and your life isn't any better. Enjoy the rest of the day. Time to pick a category. And our special guest tonight, David Copperfield, saw Charles Dickens in half. I'm gonna make this one $1,000. Flex those fingers, here it comes. If mustachioed magician Doug Henning makes the author of The Magic Mountain, the author of The Magic Mountain is Thomas Mann. Yes, the world of literature is all around us. Thank you, thank you. All right, pick a category. All right, flesh, butt, spits, I'm poor.
It's time for a Flip for Dish Mess Fun.
Your gibberish category for today is the First Lady of Rough Play. This question's going to start out at 5,000 big ones. Now, as soon as you know the answer, you buzz in and start typing, because I'm going to take away some of that cash every second and a half. Okay, now listen up and tell me, what old saying does this phrase rhyme with? Lift me, Bill. Unbench. Then plant me, Bob. Oh, and any punctuation you see, just ignore it. See if this helps. It's a saying from the 1920s. It's a saying from the 20s about the tastes of 50 million guys. Hey, have you ever tasted 50 million guys? Last clue. Who asked those Frenchmen anyway? Hey, don't ask me who decided that the Frenchies know what's cool and hip. But, as the saying goes, lift me, Bill, and bench then, plant me, bong. Okay, so maybe 50 million Frenchmen can't be wrong, but looks like you've got the hang of it. Give me a category. Here we have, if you can't stand the heat, stop watching Cinemax. How does $2,000 sound? All right, time to shake it up a bit. Why don't you listen to this preview for a steamy Cinemax flick? He's a man of double-acting pleasure. All he needs is a little moisture and heat, and it's better up and up. And this is why we can't have nice things. Here's the one the winners pick. Baking powder is called double-acting because it takes advantage of both heat and moisture to make batter rise. However, it's not an aphrodisiac. Unless you think gas is sexy. All right, I need a category. Open wide and get ready for, I'm not a mama's boy, I'm my mama's man. I got $2,000, says you don't know this one. All right, do you recall in that movie Back to the Future when Marty McFly went back to 1955 and had to fend off his sexually aggressive young teenage mom? Hey, who hasn't, right? If Marty McFly and his mom had gotten married and had kids, which of the following would not be true? He'd be his daughter's uncle, he'd be his mother's husband, he'd be his son's half-brother, or he'd be his own stepdad. Let me show you what I would have picked. If Marty married his mom, he would not end up being his daughter's mom's brother. See? Man, I can't even imagine marrying my mother.
Hey, Schmitty, I brought you a snack.
All I can say is you better be talking about peanut butter, woman. Category, please. Today's specialties include, run! Leonard Maltin's about to implode! How does $4,000 grab you? So have you heard about this Keanu Reeves Film Festival playing at the local artsy theater? Boy, oh boy, that's going to be a madhouse of stuffy film critics, huh? But what I'm really wondering is this. If a mass of critics gets together to view the Keanu Reeves movie whose title involves critical mass, what will they be anxiously waiting to see? Chain Reaction, The Matrix, Johnny Mnemonic, or Speed? Critical mass is the minimum amount of material needed for a nuclear chain reaction. Kind of like the screenplay for Chain Reaction was the minimal amount of material needed for a plot. Time to pick a category.
It's time for a question again.
This category is known as gnawing on wood. If you know this one, you're getting $4,000. Okay, this next question is a fill in the blank. So listen to this review from a termite restaurant critic, and then when you know the answer, buzz in, start typing.
We dined on model airplane, toy boat, and surfboard. The tropical wood was quite tender. Unfortunately, it was so lightweight and airy that we were still hungry afterwards. So, what kind of wood were these...
Excuse me. What kind of wood were these termites eating? Let's see what you got. Balsa wood is about as heavy as a rice cake, which makes it perfect for surfboards, toy boats, and model airplanes, but it's not exactly what you'd call filling.
The wood was fantastic, but my waitress was busy laying eggs through most of the meal. Needless to say, I didn't leave her much of a tip.
Give me a category. Hey, not bad. You chose a when did happen. All right, I'm going to show you an event. Okay, you already know how to play. That's fine. This when did happen is called, she's a triple threat, all right. Before she was a mega movie star, before she was a singing sensation, we all knew her as a dancer. Oh, but not just any kind of dancer. An in living color fly girl, which brings us to this little historical event. Jennifer Lopez becomes a fly girl on In Living Color. Now, did this happen before Jennifer became a fly girl, after that, or did it never happen at all? Okay, let's check it out. A little bit messy, but not awful. Let's see how this treats your overall score. Okay, let's get on with the rest of the show, shall we? All right, pick a category. Coming at you, frugal gourmet or cheap snob. We're talking 6K here, so pay attention. Pencils ready. Let's do it. If the frugal gourmet were a frugivore, which of the following shows would he most likely host? Cooking with pork, cooking with Swiss chard, cooking with human flesh, or cooking with grapefruit? Now you're cooking. Frugivores primarily eat fruit, which is fine, because if you cover grapefruit with enough gravy, it tastes just like meat. Throw me a category. Let's have a big warm welcome for who took my get out of jail free card? You want $6,000? Give me your right answer. All right, give me your best shot. Say Ted Turner, Bill Gates, Donald Trump, and Rupert Murdoch are playing a game of Monopoly. According to the Sherman Antitrust Act, which move is illegal? Trump building a hotel on Boardwalk, Turner buying the 4 railroads, Murdoch mortgaging 3 properties, or Gates putting 2 houses on Park Place? The Sherman Antitrust Act was passed by Congress to protect against monopolies like owning all the railroads. Yeah, it's too bad, too, because Turner had big plans for his railroad empire. First, he was going to rename the B&O the T&O, then rename the Pennsylvania the Turnervania, then rename the Reading the Turnering, and then... Category, please. Let's take a look at, oh boy, a game show with footnotes. Heads up, this one's gonna be $6,000. Say, if you've got a difference of opinion with someone, don't take matters into your own hands. Settle it with some dignity. On TV. Imagine Sir Karl Popper and Bertrand Russell agree to resolve their differences on TV. Given their area of study, on which of these game shows would they most likely appear? Sir Karl Popper and Bertrand Russell were 20th century philosophers who had opposing beliefs.
In order to exercise free will, man must take what is behind curtain number 2.
No, you imbecile! Take the box! The box!
All right, I need a category. Well, what do we have here? Props out to our 90-year-old Jewish fans. Sit up straight. This one's going to be worth $6,000. Hey, you know that character called Crazy Joe Davola from that little cult TV show Seinfeld? Well, If there were an all-Yiddish episode of Seinfeld, what would Jerry call Crazy Joe Davola? Schmear Joe Davola, Schlemiel Joe Davola, Meshuggah Joe Davola, or Mensch Joe Davola? In Yiddish, Meshuggah means crazy. Now, have you ever noticed that there aren't any nice words in Yiddish? I mean, what is it with those Yiddish? So what do you think? Am I ready for my own series?
You've almost made it to the credits, but first, the attack. Oh, well, someone's been attacked before. Let's see how much you've learned. Here's your clue.
You, the man. And all this time, you thought I was less street and more driveway. Nicely done, huh? Let's see what you did to your score. That's the game. Well, player one, what are you gonna do? You're a loner, you got no friends, but hey, at least you're good at trivia games. Try not to listen as the voices in your head scream,
You don't know Jack!
Dude, I want to go to that butthole circus show, but I'm, you know...
Moving on up to the high scoreboard. Well, you know what that means. Well, not much outside this room, but if you want to play again, let me know. So if you want to save this episode in your little black book as a favorite, just hit F.
All right, dude. Dude, blow it out your ass is a laxative that's extreme. Set your own rules. Anybody says you can't have a fiber-free burrito and cheese fry lifestyle, you tell them, blow it out your ass! Ew, that was radical laxative awesomeness. Dude, blow it out your ass. Guaranteed to paint the wall every time. Live your own life.
Hey, kids! Have you heard? It's cool to be a nerd. And now there's a cereal for you and all your dorky friends. Milquetoast, the cereal of computer geeks. Screw the famous sports celebrities. We've got billionaire sissy boys on our boxes. Vitamin fortified. Forget it! Milquetoast is loaded with lots of sugary goodness guaranteed to keep your body micro-soft. One mushy spoonful of Milquetoast cereal will have you wheezing for more. Don't be afraid. Ask for it by name. Milquetoast. Breakfast of Giggle Wimps.